Like there's a way Sparrow Racing could be so amazing in this game, and I have an idea for it. That they once they see it, they probably would be like, "We got to do this." But the problem is, how do you justify spend?
Yeah, B? Yeah, B? Yeah, B? He just stopped.
Did you shotgun your own
I
Sparrow?
thought it was gonna hit me and kill me. It was a battle between me and my Sparrow, and I won. How do you justify spending time and resources putting in Sparrow Racing, which would be amazing if they do my idea for it, but then the Crucible is still a pile of shit. You guys want to hear my idea for Sparrow Racing? I'm going to see if I can make it a video. Okay, so here's an idea for Sparrow Racing, all right? There is... So... We're going to do it tonight. Scourge of the Past raid. There's a section in the middle where you have to ride your Sparrow, and it's awesome. The highlight of that raid. Everybody loves it. Hard for a lot of people, but it's still fun. And part of the fun of that is the environment that it's in. Sparrow Racing, what they did with the old version of Sparrow Racing was they just put a track in the middle of some enemies. It just went on in a loop, and it got really boring really quick. There's also a strike that's on Nessus, where the beams of light, you have to go through the beams of light before you start the strike. So what I want to do is I want to make a video showing Sparrow Racing. Imagine doing a Sparrow race in the environment of a strike or a nightfall or even a raid. All right, so take an exact strike or an exact raid. Think of Vault of Glass. After you beat the first part, you form the Spire of Vault of Glass, and then you're going through all those tunnels and stuff like that. Imagine if they just put a track in Vault of Glass that went along the route of the raid. They just put the track, it went through the beginning, it went through the middle, rounded the Templar, and the Templar's there. He's actually there. It's not just the room. He's there, and he's kind of shooting at you. He's probably missing, but he's there and part of it. You round the Templar, and then you go down through, and you're zooming past Gorgons and stuff. And then you go in, you go through the jumping puzzle, and the jumping puzzle is actual Sparrow jumps. You're landing, and then you go through, and you go through Atheon. And Atheon, think of it like putt-putt or miniature golf, right? You have those big landmarks and stuff, larger-than-life things, the windmill and stuff. So Atheon is stomping around as you're Sparrow racing past him. And it's almost like, for the people that didn't get to experience raids or some of that old content, Crota, you're driving through, you're going over the bridge and stuff. Literally, they don't have to create new environments. Just lay a track down in the old raids. King's Fall, just put a track down and have people race through that old content and see it go by as they're racing. And instead of it being like lap, well, you could do laps or you could do like a drag race to the end. And then here's the part that I think would be really, really cool that I don't know if they could do. What would be awesome is, have you ever in Destiny 1 gone to Venus and watched people start the raid? And you see them forming the Spire, and sometimes we would help out people just with that beginning part. We weren't even a part of their fire team. Will we get shot at? Yeah, that's the whole point. Enemies are shooting at you. Your Sparrow can blow up and stuff. Imagine doing the Sparrow race through one of those raids, and off in the distance, it could be bots or it could be human players. They're actually doing the raid. So as you're racing past them, you know, you're flying on your Sparrow and you see people taking down Crota and shooting rockets at him and stuff as you're flying past him behind him. You know how much money that would fucking make the company? Like, that's a genius idea that they could easily do. You don't even have to make new content. Now, that would be difficult because of the networking and stuff, but you don't even have to make new content. Just lay the track, have some computer players going through the motions of doing the raid as you race past them. Sort of like a race through Destiny history. You're welcome. Thank me. Copyright 2020, Badass Gaming. Invite me to Seattle.
Cool.
That would be awesome. We would
would
do
be.
that all the time.
Oh yeah.
And it's a Sparrow race. So people that didn't get to experience those raids, it would be like nostalgia. You could have an actual race. Sometimes the enemy would shoot at you and stuff. It would be amazing.
Could you imagine Crota just slamming the center of the track?
Yeah.
And, like dodge his sword.
So you know how one of the Sparrow racing tracks had the windmills? Imagine if Crow's just stomping around and he slams his sword and you have to avoid it and stuff. And if it's obviously not, he's not tracking you and hitting you super hard, you know, aimbotting you or whatever. But imagine like miniature golf, like putt-putt. You got Crota and Atheon stomping around the map as you're flying through over the Crota Bridge, all that kind of stuff. That'd be awesome. To all those people out there that say all I do is ever criticize, you have no idea how many ideas I have for Destiny to make it better. I would pay money for that. And that's something, again, it doesn't have to be new content. Just reuse, that's reskin stuff that would be amazing.